Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we have a big baking day ahead of us. We are putting 900 grams of sourdough discard to good use without making a single loaf of bread. So instead of letting it go to waste, we're turning it into a variety of delicious recipes that are easy, practical, and full of flavor. Whether you've been building up your discard in your fridge or you're just looking for new ways to use it, this baking day is packed with inspiration. So grab your apron, preheat the oven, and let's transform 900 grams of sourdough discard into something amazing. I was very intimidated by getting started in my sourdough journey for the longest time. It was always something that I wanted to do, but could never quite find the courage to do it because I think that when sourdough became a trend, a lot of people overcomplicated it, and maybe that was for the sake of trying to be different or just trying to stand out. But once I finally got the courage to give it a try, I realized that it is actually one of the easiest things to make from scratch. Sourdough sounds like it can be very high maintenance, but actually it's pretty low maintenance. You just mix the ingredients and then let it bulk ferment. Obviously you do your couple stretch and folds depending on what you're making, but it's just more so of a waiting game. It takes time versus actually being difficult. Whereas yeasted bread can be done within just a couple of hours from start to finish. Sourdough, you kind of have to plan out if you're planning on using a sourdough starter in your recipe to allow it the time to ferment and for it to have the health benefits that people look for. I am going to be so honest. I always thought that the thought of putting sourdough starter in other things besides bread was an outrageous idea. I always thought that it was kind of insane, actually. And I was like, yeah, this is a cult for sure. This is something a lot deeper than making sourdough bread. But then once I started having a ton of sourdough discard, I do not like to throw it away. I feel like that is a waste. So I just have a jar and I will take out and feed what I need for a recipe that I need active starter for. So then I was like, you know what? I have to do something with all of this discard. I'm never gonna get through this if I just make bread with it, because I only make 1 to 2 loaves of bread a week, depending on how many sandwiches we have that week. So I started branching out and doing sourdough discard recipes, and my mind was blown. Like my eyes opened up and I was like, is this what it feels like to be in a cult? I'm not really sure, but they were right. I started making sourdough graham crackers. My baby absolutely loves them. And I feel kind of good that it is good for his gut. It's gut friendly because of the fermentation of the sourdough. And then I made sourdough chocolate chip cookies. That was so weird because I was like, what am I doing? I don't want a sour cookie. That defeats the purpose of a sweet treat. But I will say that sourdough chocolate chip cookies are probably some of the best chocolate chip cookies that I have ever had. And so I make them quite regularly. So, since we had a ton of sourdough discard, my brother was actually learning how to make sourdough, and he had fed his discard a lot. He ended up with 2,000 grams of sourdough starter and was kind of freaking out because he was like, we need to do something about this. So I said, don't bring all of it because I can't commit to making that many things in one day, but bring some of it and we will figure it out. So we tried some recipes that we've never tried before, and one of those being this cracker recipe that I'm actually making right here. It was from a book called For the Love of Sourdough by the Food Nanny and Turner Farm. This actually is a really good book of great sourdough recipes if you are somebody that's wanting to learn sourdough or just want some new fun recipe ideas. I highly recommend this book. My mom gifted it to me for Christmas because she knew I make a lot of sourdough recipes and I would always Google these recipes. So to have it in one book and for them to be delicious is such a win. But I decided to try out this cracker and we put some Italian seasoning in it to give it kind of an herby flavor. This was the very first time I tried this recipe, so I was not sure how it was going to go. I've made sourdough crackers so many times, different kinds of sourdough crackers. Like I said, I make the graham crackers all the time. I made some Teddy Grahams, so crackers aren't new to me. I will say that this dough was extremely difficult to roll out. We let it chill in the fridge for about 30 minutes and it felt like it was like rock solid. But I still put some weight into it and rolled it out and cut the dough into the cracker shapes that I wanted. I wanted kind of larger crackers, not super tiny ones. And then I just poked holes in them so that way they didn't expand so much in the oven and that they were still like a crispy cracker. I should have sprinkled some salt on top. I will say that I do need that salty element to it. It is kind of lacking that, but this was my first time making it, and for my first time, I'm not disappointed. I think next time I want to try maybe a tomato basil type of cracker. I think that would be really good. I just have to figure out how I'd want to incorporate the tomato, if I want to do tomato paste or like a dried tomato powder. I'm not really sure which would be the best way to go about that. I also decided to make some chocolate chip cookies, again from the same For the Love of Sourdough book, but I did tweak this ever so slightly. I will say that if you've never put maple syrup in your cookies, that it is a must. It elevates the flavor of the cookie so much. I can't quite put my finger on it, but everyone that tries my homemade cookies, they always say that there's something different about my cookie, and I'm telling you, it is the maple syrup, so I would definitely try it. This recipe called for 2 cups of sugar total, so what I did is I took the granulated sugar and I cut that amount in half and then did the rest of it with maple syrup. So for example, I did 1 1/4 cups of brown sugar, half a cup of granulated sugar, and then 1/4 cup of maple syrup. I'm telling you, you need to try it if you've never put maple syrup in your chocolate chip cookies before. This recipe does call for chilling the dough for about 4 hours to again let the sourdough starter to do its thing. I did not chill the dough this day because I was curious if there was a difference, and there was a major difference. For some reason, the cookies turned out like very cakey is my best way I can explain it. I'm not sure if that's due to not chilling it or not. That sounds like to me that there would be like too much baking powder, but the thing is we didn't put any baking powder in this, so I'm not 100% sure. That's never happened. I've made this recipe dozens of times, and that was the first time that this happened. I'm not mad about it. My husband said that they were amazing and some of the best cookies that I have made, so I will take that win. For reference of the grams that we did, I made 4 pizza doughs. I made sourdough graham crackers, some regular crackers, and the cookies. So for the graham crackers, that took 125 grams of sourdough starter, but I accidentally spilt the starter, so I ended up using 165 grams. For the 4 pizza doughs, that was 160 grams total. The crackers were 375 grams, so that took the bulk of our starter and really made the dent. And then the cookies took 100 grams of sourdough starter. So all in all, we ended up using 800 of the 900 grams of sourdough starter. I will take that win. We did a good job of using pretty much all of this starter without making a single loaf of bread. And we have some great, delicious treats that'll last us some snacks, which is fun, and we can have a delicious pizza. If you have never had a sourdough pizza, you are missing out. As always, I will link all the recipes that I can in the description box below. I'll link the book in the description box below just because I don't think that those recipes are posted online, so that way you can check that book out as well. Thank you so much for spending time with me in my kitchen today as we try to use up this sourdough starter. I hope you are feeling inspired to try out some new recipes and branch out a little bit. And I will meet you back here next Wednesday for a new video.